Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start episode 733 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Chapter 1290. Isn't this insulting? Noisy. Do you really dare act so boldly in front of me? Chen Yuan stood calmly, one hand behind his back, exuding a pressuring aura. Under the sweep of limitless sword energy, he looked like a small boat in a stormy sea. A Galaxy 3rd stage rookie, and yet he dares to show off in front of a top Galaxy 7th stage prodigy? Seriously? At least check who you're facing before acting cocky. Seems like you've spent too long in the lower Holy Lands. Facing a true peerless prodigy, you show no respect whatsoever. I'll make you understand just how insignificant you really are. Die. Meng Hao pointed with a finger. Instantly, billions of sword rays condensed in the void, like an unstoppable tidal wave sweeping across the land. It was as if this world had become a sea of swords, each ray sharp enough to pierce the heavens and obliterate all obstacles. Unstoppable. Overwhelming. Faced with such a ferocious ultimate strike, Chen Yuan still stood one-handed, calm as ever. He took a single step forward. Next moment, those billions of sword rays froze midair. It was as if the entire space around them had stopped in an instant. All objects, all energy, ceased to move. Cosmic domain, space freeze. Sword world break. Meng Hao exploded again, unleashing an equally powerful domain force. Even so, the billions of sword rays moved only 1 centimeter forward. Even using Sword World, he couldn't break Chen Yuan's space freeze. Within this domain, the void had become solid as iron. The restriction power was absolutely terrifying. What kind of domain is this to have such power? Could it be that he has already mastered the 3rd layer of domain force? Very well, I admit I underestimated you. But do you really think you can defeat me? That was just a test. Now I'll get serious. Meng Hao's eyes narrowed sharply. He admitted that this Galaxy 3rd stage guy was not ordinary. But so what? A disciple of Tian Luo Venerable also had his trump cards. Tian Luo Divine Sword out. Meng Hao summoned a peerless sword. The earth shook violently, the ocean churned, and a terrifying sword intent erupted. It seemed powerful enough to shatter the galaxy. Even Chen Yuan's cosmic domain couldn't restrain it. Is this a 7th level civilization artifact? Meng Hao is extraordinary. As the first saint of Tian Luo Star, he wields a 7th level civilization artifact, and his understanding of sword Dao has likely reached the realm of oneness with the sword. If I'm right, he may have cultivated the Tian Luo sword technique to 3rd level, said Peony Goddess with awe. The Tian Luo sword technique is a legendary sword method created by Tian Luo Venerable, renowned throughout the universe. It has 9 levels. 1st level, combat power increases by 1 rank. 2nd level, 2 ranks. 3rd level, 3 ranks, and so on. If Meng Hao reached 3rd level, his attack power could surpass his own rank by 3 levels. Combined with a 7th level civilization artifact, even a primary cosmic overlord could be seriously injured by a single strike. The fame of the first saint of Tian Luo Star was well-deserved. But he had encountered Yenzong, a being who destroyed the 2nd layer barrier with raw strength. Meng Hao had clearly hit a brick wall here. You may have mastered such a powerful domain, but you are still too weak. If your cultivation matched mine, I might not even be confident in defeating you. Too bad, you don't have that chance. Dying under the Tian Luo sword technique is your honor. Tian Luo sword technique, 4th level, destroy heaven. At this moment, Meng Hao's combat power approached mid-level cosmic overlord. The artifact's power seemed capable of shattering the world. Enough talking. Ancient Chen Yuan's sword out. Galaxy's sword intent. Chen Yuan also summoned a divine sword, releasing powerful sword intent. Is this a peak 7th level civilization artifact, even higher than Tian Luo divine sword? How is it possible? A Galaxy 3rd stage rookie holds such a treasure. Yao Shaoqi was shocked. She was slightly intimidated and began to doubt Chen Yuan's identity. A being so powerful, how could he be unknown? Boom! 2 towering sword rays collided, creating a destructive shockwave, sweeping up endless air and sea. Even the ocean beneath them was blown into a tsunami tens of thousands of meters high. PFF. Meng Hao forced blood from Meng Hao's mouth. Clearly, in the direct clash, he had fallen behind. But he wouldn't admit weakness. The only difference was that his artifact was 3 ranks lower than Chen Yuan's. His Tian Luo sword was a mid-level 7th level civilization artifact. Had it been a peak-level artifact, he might not have lost. Distant heaven and earth. Chen Yuan stepped forward, appearing before the injured Meng Hao. A kick to the face sent him flying 30,000 meters. Stop. Great cutting technique. Yao Shaoqi acted without hesitation, launching an attack at Chen Yuan. A spatial gear appeared, slashing toward him. Chen Yuan didn't dodge. He stood firm, as solid as iron. The terrifying spatial gear couldn't even cut his skin. Very well. Out of respect for Saint Shaoqi, I'll spare you. But next time, dare to defy me, and I'll slay you. Chen Yuan waved his sleeve, cold and commanding. His overbearing aura froze the scene. The atmosphere was suffocatingly tense. Wild Sky Saint was stunned, almost gasping. Meng Hao, comparable to him in strength, had been easily defeated by this Galaxy 3rd stage rookie. To be precise, he couldn't block a single strike. This was total domination. Chen Yuan might not even have shown his full strength. Meng Hao had lost. Who are you? Such power, you can't be unknown. Wild Sky Saint frowned. Hee hee. Chen Yuan chuckled, not answering. But Long Yin couldn't hold it in anymore. She stepped right out and shouted, "You people are really blind. You don't even recognize my big brother. Let me tell you, he's the famous President Yin. And you? What's your name, Meng Hao, right? Losing to my big brother isn't shameful at all. After all, when my big brother was only at the 10th level of the star system realm, he could already beat up early-stage overlords. You're 4 realms higher than him, yet you could only take 1 move. That's already something to be proud of." Long Yin stood there, hands on her hips, looking smug and triumphant. Her words made everyone want to vomit blood. What do you mean, 4 realms higher yet could only take 1 move? Isn't that basically an insult? Chapter 1291, Purple Orchid Goddess Full Score. Yinzong? You are Yinzong. Wild Sky Saint froze, stunned. No wonder he easily crushed Meng Hao, who was 4 ranks above him. It was clear now, such insane combat power could never belong to a nobody. Yao Shaoqi, favor plus 80. Current favor, 30. Even Yao Shaoqi was shocked. This Galaxy 3rd stage rookie was none other than the renowned Yinzong. At first, she had looked down on him. Now, he seemed valiant and extraordinary, with a charm matching or even surpassing Meng Hao. A Galaxy 3rd stage being with such terrifying power. If he reached Galaxy 7th stage, what then? She had originally admired Meng Hao for his peerless talent and noble aura, rare even among other prodigies. But Yinzong was far more extraordinary, a being who had broken the record of the primordial god emperor. Her favor skyrocketed naturally. "Let's go. It's time to enter the 7th holy land," Chen Yuan casually said. He lifted the ancient Qian Yuan sword and swung a single mighty strike at the barrier. A sword ray streaked out as if descending from the 9 heavens. The sword shattered the sky. Between heaven and earth, only the giant sword existed, tearing apart space itself. Boom. The giant sword struck the 3rd layer barrier, producing a huge ripple that spread outward. The power of this strike was at least 3 times stronger than the sword intent Chen Yuan had used against Meng Hao. Yet, it only caused a ripple on the barrier. The sword's power wasn't slashing a thin barrier. It was slashing the spatial wall of this dimension itself. Awkward. Extremely awkward. He had wanted to show off, but failed. He couldn't break the barrier. Major embarrassment. So this is Yinzong, a prodigy who broke the primordial god emperor's record, yet he can't even break the 7th Holy Land's barrier. Meng Hao spat blood and sneered. Yinzong? He's just a Galaxy 3rd stage. If it weren't for that peak-level 7th level civilization artifact, there's no way I'd lose. Meng Hao had lost only because of the artifact, not the person. Chen Yuan, with his thick skin, didn't react. He stood one-handed, calm, a faint smile on his lips. Not bad. The 7th Holy Land barrier is indeed stronger than I imagined. It can withstand 1/10 of my full attack power. Meng Hao rolled his eyes. You're bragging. A Galaxy 3rd stage creating ripples that can shake the barrier already shows mid-level cosmic overlord attack power. You must have used all your strength. Yet now you claim it's only 1/10? Do you mean you can unleash high-level cosmic overlord power? Are you joking? Even with a peak-level 7th-level civilization artifact, you need real strength to wield it effectively. During the duel, I could already sense your full power. You're clearly showing off. System, I want to master the Chen Yuan sword technique, 3rd level. Ding. Master Chen Yuan sword technique, 3rd level, sky breaking. Requires 100,000 enhancement points. Confirm. Confirm. Ding. 100,000 points deducted. Remaining enhancement points, 1,710,000. In the next moment, Chen Yuan unleashed an invincible sword intent. This invincible sword intent. How is this possible? Meng Hao was stunned. The sword intent had 4 layers. Galaxy sword intent. Invincible sword intent. Saint sword intent. Great Tao sword intent. Cannot be described in words. He started practicing sword at the age of 3, trained for 3,000 years, and only reached the 1st layer of Galaxy sword intent at 3,000 years, enabling him to wield a 7th-level civilization artifact at 100x power. Chen Yuan, however, had mastered higher invincible sword intent. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.